Yeah, I actually got stopped in a deal to be taken a picture with. That's Gilligan. All right, we're underway. I almost ran forward. Almost.
Been bad. That would have been bad.
However, I can't get on the court, so
Okay, well, I'm going to start talking then. So we have Pro Run in blue and One Hit Wonders in red. Pro Run currently.
Here we go.
And there we go. Taxi's in.
There. Alright, so it's Pro Run in blue, right? Yeah, Pro Run in blue, One Hit Wonders in red. Pro Run with the ball off to the right-hand side, 2 tank front in the middle, the runner off to the right-hand corner, and One Hit Wonders just holding a line, just slowly itching them back and back. The runner's gone off to the left-hand side. He's in some trouble, being chased down by a hammer, and that's a hammer lunge right there. They're going to pick up the ball, and now One Hit Wonders on the offensive already with 3 tanks there. Taze leading the way, Shadow stepping up. It's Taze, Rage, and Shadow tanking for the runner as he's off to that right-hand corner. No tanks for One Hit Wonders has been taken out yet. Very interesting. Finally, Rage is taken out there in the corner, and as I say that 2 tanks taken out, the runner's going to have to turn around and make his way back. Now, this is under the Ricochet game type, so the runner stays the color of the team. We're trading that off for, plethora of benefits as far as medals go and whatnot, and that is the official game type of this season, this Fall League 13. But One Hit Wonders with the ball once more. Still, Taze doing work down that corner. The runner and him can't connect, but he's holding his own, kept out, distracting 2 tanks of Pro Run down there, so that could be problematic for them as this carries on. Now the runner, Taze still on the plant, the runner but running away from being chased. He's going to get 1 beat down. No, kicks it off before he beats down. Beautiful catch in the run. Taze is still there, finally taken out, as he was there the entire game. I think that was his first death we're in there, but they couldn't do anything with it, and One Hit Wonders taking a step back. So you see here, they still incorporate the pass, but One Hit Wonders is looking very strong on the taking side, especially Taze was just down there forever, refusing to die. Maybe not been killing as much, but definitely being a distraction down there in that in the planet area in the end zone. So
yeah, he pitched a tent and he was roasting s'mores and some hot dogs. That's what he had in the spawn.
And One Hit Wonders here with a very good push down to two tanks for Pro Run. The runner got a bad spawn, but he's going to get a beat down and walk it in as Crusader gets the first goal of the game for One Hit Wonders.
I'm not surprised that Crusader is the one who scored. I'm surprised that Crusader actually got a stiff arm. Or rather, that he chose to get a stiff arm.
Instead of kicking it in. So, One Hit Wonders looking very strong on the tanking front here early in the game. So that's interesting. Now I have popped in now, so it's just a hiccup. And a second round, One Hit Wonders with the ball, and he throws it off the tip off to the end zone of One Hit Wonders. Shadow has the ball off that right hand side. He's deep in that corner, in some trouble. He's going to kick it across to Void. A little bit overthrown, but Crusaders chasing it down into the corner, and now Pro Run is doing some damage in there. But they are really overextended. The One Hit Wonders throws the ball forward, and if Shadow could have caught that in stride, that might have been an easy goal for One Hit Wonders possibly. They had Pro Run out of position, had a really good chance to just run it in, maybe a 1 beat down for a goal, but it was a bit overthrown, and the One Hit Wonders maintained the possession and took precious time. Now the runner's off to the left hand side from his point of view, right up against the wall here. He's going to make some moves and invade some tanks, pull some pressure into that offensive corner and kick it down the middle. Very One Hit Wonders-esque. They love to take the runner off to the side by himself and pull some defensive takes off that way and kick it back into the middle of the court, opening up that deal. But Pro Run doing a good job of defending against that, closing off the middle of the court and stops that offensive push. Rage More Nerd picking up the ball off the kickback now. Taze is there to tank with him off that right-hand side. The Crusader steps up and is trying to tank as well now. And a 3-tank push here down to 2 tanks for One Hit Wonders in the middle of the court. Quickly down to 1 tank, and the runner's not going to have a clear look at the goal. He's going to kick it back and reset the offense.
I really wonder, for One Hit Wonders, how much of this is chemistry? Because, you know, they're making those passes, like you said, being very One Hit Wonders-esque. And they were able to keep a pretty solid amount of their lineup and on this court as well. And not that Pro Run hasn't played together, but I'm just not sure that, I mean, maybe here and there, but I don't feel like they've got the same team chemistry that One Hit Wonders does.
I think that plays into it a lot tonight. Because One Hit Wonders, even though they said they were rededicating the team to a tanky mindset a bit, Pro Run's taking lineup or tanking teams here, or their names, very tank heavy, should be winning the tanking battle, but they're getting a little bit out tanked here early in the game, and we'll see how that develops as the game goes on. And almost a really dangerous turnover there for one hit wonders, but they're able to keep the ball in their own corner. But yeah, definitely chemistry has been from day one of last season of Summer League 13 for one hit wonders has been their strong point. They had natural chemistry, and it's looking like it's continuing on over here in course of Fall League with only a one-man change here. Ite's coming in. Now, one hit wonders, so the runner got a little bit of room to run, but he decides to back off and doesn't have the angle to get past the defensive tanks. He takes a step back, has two tanks there in front of him on the right-hand side. Down to one tank, as Shadow's leading for him. Maybe get those respawns. They kind of push in a little bit now. Get the runner in front of his tanks. Doing a little two-step there, and now all three tanks are in there on the right-hand side. Shadow on a killing spree, doing work, taking out the runners in some trouble, gets a good stiff arm to keep them alive. Rage trying to get in there to get the runner in, but cannot, and that stops the offensive push there. Very close call for Pro Run. They're about one tank kill away from being scored on. Had one hit wonders been able to kill just one more tank, get a one-on-one for that runner, but
Killer's legit made a point in the chat box saying that Pro Run is basically a way to fail. And I'm not saying that they haven't played together, or that these members are new to each other. But as far as team chemistry goes, like just the one hit wonders makes it look like they can read each other's minds, like they are telepathic with one another. That they eat, sleep, and drink together, and they lived in a frat house together, and they've been raised together. So again, at this level, it's not that. I mean, every team has chemistry at this point, but it's just something about one hit wonders is just a little bit above and beyond, at least on the court right now from what we're seeing, as far as the passing, the coordination, the fact that the runner is almost never. I don't think he's been singled out once, and doing a really good job protecting their runner, helping each other out, having pushes of 2 to 3 players each, just like they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Off host.
Yeah, off host is determinants. Yeah, there's a bit of a chemistry a little bit for Pro and perhaps they have played a lot together, but Determined's been out for a little bit here. It might need to get some WD before he knocks some rust off. We'll see how his stats match up tonight if he's still the beast, especially on host that he was. But yeah, every team does have some. Degree of chemistry. One hit wonders is probably the virtue of that. They have the perfect chemistry. I say probably the most well-rounded team as far as how they interact with each other in the Pro League. But we'll see how it goes. It is early in the season. Perhaps another team can step up. But one hit wonders looking very good thus far, as they've got great ball control here, and the runner really not having to beat down in one-on-one situations defensively.
All right. Tex, you mentioned that it's still very early in the season. How many games will the AGLA Pro Circuit Pro teams be playing this season?
24 games in total.
Wow. Okay.
A slight step up from the 16 that was seen last season, as we had kind of a rough draft. And the way that breaks down real quick, going on, we might have a scoring threat here, one-on-one situation there on the plant, but the runner doesn't chance the stiff arm and it actually backs out. It goes each team plays division opponents 4 times, other conference opponents twice, and 5 non-conference teams twice. So there's only one team in the entire league that they won't play on that, and that's how it breaks down into the way they play other teams.
Mm-hmm. And Alicat actually has a question. How does that compare to the amateur league? How many games will the amateur circuit be playing?
I'm hoping 24. They're starting a little bit later, so obviously that takes a week off, so you might have to pop that down to 20 teams if they start next Wednesday with bidding ending on Friday. So possibly 1 week less than Pro League, and if that's the case, as we haven't fully discussed that yet, I expect 20 games.
Okay, so there you go. Allie. There's your answer.
But yeah. We need a vote on it. There's been no official vote yet, so that's just, if we do start next week and keep it in line with the Pro, instead of staggering it and making it go a week longer, keep it at 6 weeks. If we cut it off at the exact same time and have playoffs at the exact same time, it would be only 5 weeks of position play, and we wouldn't want to add more weeks games per week. But we'll see. Amateur will definitely begin, a fair comparison of games. It's not going to be like one game a week or anything, or 2 games a week. It'll be hopefully at the bare minimum of 20. I would like 24, but we'll see as we need to vote on that. But still, one-hit wonders with the ball. I mean, Pro Run just cannot get the ball. Paraplegics there on a killing spree, but they cannot just get away from one-hit wonders who does a really good job of ball control. And you see right there, they kick the ball out. Finally, maybe Pro Run their first chance to get the ball here and beat down to make sure they keep it. And now they finally, of course, as I mentioned that, definitely gets their first real possession of this game. And the game is only currently 1-0, as you see at the bottom of your screen there, and Pro Run has the ball in their own defensive zone, dropping back a bit, as a little bit of pressure there from one-hit wonders, but nothing the tanks of Pro Run couldn't handle. He's going off to the middle of the court, got a 3-tank spawn there, now funneling into that right-hand side in a one-on-one situation here on the plant. It looks like Pro Run's threatening to possibly score, but no, a really clutch respawn by Pro Run might keep him out. There's still a chance, and he's actually going to be bounced out by E-Taste's hammer, and a very close call for one-hit wonders. Just a very unfortunate respawn for Pro Run, as they had a one-on-one, like a one tank there on the offense and only one defensive tank, and the runner was there, so you would think that they would take the chance, but they could not get in, and just pushed them all the way back to their own end zone, and now kicking the ball across the court. Pushing up that right-hand side, the runner might have gone around. One-hit wonder caught him with their pants down. He might make a threatening move here. He's going to actually just throw it back up, though. Throwing it really high. The ball is going to roll just out of one-hit wonder's reach, and Pro Run gets to continue to hold on to the possession. Were you about to say something, Goose?
Oh, no, I was just saying that was almost intercepted, too. But yeah. I did want to comment. I think it's interesting that the only time that Pro Run has really been able to gain a possession on one-hit wonders is when one-hit wonders screwed up. Like, they haven't been able to take the possession from them using tanking or brute force. They've literally had to wait until one-hit wonders had a bad pass. And, it's cool. I think it's going to be really clutch for Pro Run to, keep possession of their own, because when Crusaders on the other team, it's just a matter of wearing the other team down, or, making the game go so long that somebody needs to take a knee to go get a potty break. So, I mean, that's just how they play.
And Crusader still the most impressive 2 interceptions I've ever seen in Griffball, and Shadow's right there. They have the mindset to try to catch that ball. I saw last season in the games I did get to watch of one-hit wonders, they get a lot of interceptions, so it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, we're already seeing that they're jumping when it passes and they're trying to get it, so like you said, one-hit wonders really hasn't lost the ball. It's only when they got the ball taken away from them is when they made a mistake. And they have the possession here again. Somewhat in the offensive zone, going to back out though. 2-tank front there in the middle of the court, dead middle, and the runner's just staying back, waiting for an open lane. So, not the crazy I wouldn't say crazy antics, but not the high risk, high reward antics. Might have a chance here to try to push something in. He gets stopped though. Low shield, try to make something happen. The ball's there on the plant of Pro, and they're going to pick it up. But what I was saying is, of course, I call them out and they do it. Not really high risk, high reward moves that One Hit Wonder was known for last season. They're really waiting for good tank in pushes, trying to be more conservative with the ball. What basically we saw in the Pro, and there might be a chance for an interception there in plant, but no, and ETAs is going to walk it. Yeah.
Wow. Maybe I'm a little biased, but no, that was amazing, because whoever was in the center there jumped up and actually hammered the ball out of the air and down to the ground so that it dropped right on the plant. And even though that take ended up biting it, it allowed, who was that? It allowed E-Taze to come in and play some janitor roles, and then text me to move, baby. You need to scoot over so Cal can get in.
Oh, okay, that's what it
there
was.
You go.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't get in earlier. Okay, I got it. My bad. He's seeing the beautiful, little deal. My apologies, but yeah. I believe that was Rage More Nerd that knocked the ball down. I could have been wrong. I can't recall it this time, but yeah, it was a very heads-up play.
It was a straight-up volleyball spike. It was arcing, and he just smacked it down just straight into the ground. It was, I mean, I'm sure he would say it was skill, but I would really like to know whether that was something that was planned and intentional or just kind of a glitch of the physics. Either way, it was a fantastic play.
Yeah. But Pro with the possession now off the tip-off, and they're going to have to drop all the way back into their defensive zone. Had a little bit of mojo going down that right-hand side, but it got stopped fairly quickly here. And Pro Run just really hasn't been able to open up yet. They haven't had that good tanking push that you would expect from this lineup, but now they're getting in threatening zone. The runner getting a little antsy, making it a little bit more dangerous close to encounters there. The sword, nothing came from it, but it looks like Pro Run's getting a little impatient, possibly wanting to tie this game up, or excuse me, get the first goal of the game, and it has a good push here off the left-hand side, but a very clutch stop there by our Crusader. He took out the lead tank and betrayed his own teammate, though, afterwards, but nonetheless, he stopped that lead tank, because if there would have been a trade there, that would have left a 1-on-1 situation for the remaining one-hit wonder tank and the runner of Pro Run, and you take that for your runner, especially when you're down 2-0, I think, and as confident as these Pro League players are, you should be fairly confident in beatdown. You want that one-on-one to score there, but Crusader stepped up and took out the tank and was still alive, so it made the runner have to take a step back. So, well,
and if nothing else, even if he didn't kill the runner, he gave his team time. He basically gave them time to respond. But right here, ouch.
Crusader takes out the runner, makes him pay for getting a little bit cocky. And, Crusader is a very good defensive player, especially with that sword. I would not want to go up against him with the ball. So he made Pro Run pay for it. And now One Hit Wonders has the ball.
Yep, and again, you just watch them play. And again, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And they just very gradually, like that double kill, like right there, triple.
Shadow there. Shadow just going on rampage there. And Rage More Nerds step in to make sure they finish off that scoring round. But wow, Shadow wasn't kidding when he said he's dedicated himself to tanking there.
Yeah, I mean that was a kill-tacular, possibly even more, because I didn't notice how many kills he had before that double. But absolutely, they are patient and they are not trying to force things to happen. All right, now you two need to share your space, Cal. All right, Tex, you in?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, One Hit Wonders is very patient. They wait for the opportune moment, so to speak, and rather than try to force things to happen and risk turnovers. Whereas Pro Run on offense definitely seem more aggressive, more willing to take risks, and so far One Hit Wonders has been able to handle that aggression with ease.
And Silva in the chat box brings up a very good point. Priest is not in the game for Pro Run. He is probably. Not probably. He is the best runner on the team. Knows how to run, especially with this take lineup. And a very dangerous call here for Pro Run. One Hit Wonder is going to get a clutch turnover there and just walk in and make it 4-0 for One Hit Wonders.
Yeah, and that's Crusader once again, just being the bane of existence for runners, and then being the bane of existence for tanks too. Because I don't know, he's got some kind of like runner superpowers where when he has the ball, he has the patience of a god, and then when he doesn't have the ball, he just makes everybody else wish that he did, so he will stop killing you over and over and over again.
I think he's fairly close to a Crusader running. I mean, I would personally consider Crusader the best runner in the league. I don't think there's too much argument on that, but Priest is definitely extremely close to that level. And yeah, you're absolutely right. And a good turnover there. Mancan doing work on the runner for Pro, and now they have the possession in the offensive zone. But with Digital running the ball here for Pro, and that's taking a monster tank out of your lineup or out of your tanking front there and putting it in his hands. That's not a good strategy there for Pro Run. But maybe Priest couldn't get on tonight. Maybe he was busy and whatnot. But Pro Run's looking in trouble as his 4-0. They need to get some something going here to still a chance to pull this game out. But it's going to be very difficult the way One Hit Wonders playing against this Pro Run lineup.
Yeah, Pro Run, or rather, One Hit Wonders is coming out and making very strong showing on this. This is the very first game of the season, and they are indeed setting the bar very high and letting all of those teams know who to watch out for, and probably even trying to maybe send a subconscious message to the individuals who wrote the power rankings, saying, "Hey, we should have been #1, and we're going to prove it to you on the court right now. We won't bitch in the forums, and we're not going to complain. We're just going to go out on the court and show you where we deserve to be."
Now, in the scheduling, I admit, I try to get Hybrid Theory and One Hit Wonders here tonight to open up the season with that, but Hybrid Theory was unavailable, so moved into the last week of the season our last Wednesday night Griffball this season. But yeah, it would have been interesting to see how the way One Hit Wonders are playing, how they would have matched up against Hybrid Theory if Hybrid Theory hasn't changed very much. But
it's, I would much rather have it at the end of the season, because at the beginning of the season you can't really tell. Okay, did they just have a good game? Have they been practicing in the off season? You know, and a lot of teams, and we saw this last season too, where a lot of teams had a lot of returning vets on it who were like, I don't need to practice. And they didn't, and then they got their butts whooped in the GGL Pro League, and all of a sudden they started, you know, I don't want to say trying, because that would be too severe a word, but, you know, might actually have taken it a little bit more seriously when they switched to AGLA. So it's possible, but, you know, as always, beginning of the season, I don't know, because I'm just thinking a lot of these players are still playing in the GGL playoffs. So does this really feel like, you know, the beginning of a season, because they really haven't had an off season? So it's really hard to gauge with such a small sample size.
Yeah, I agree with that quite a bit. It's probably more exciting at the end of the season, especially if the preseason rankings hold true. If these are the number, or One Hit Wonders and Hybrid Theory are the 1 and 2 seeds here. But back to the play-by-play, Pro Run had a really good chance possibly to score earlier in the game. They were off that right-hand side, really threatening. Digital Pain having to do work though with the ball to make sure they keep their offensive pressure up. And Paraplegics heading off now for Pro Run. So Pro Run really they have to get it going now. They can't give up another goal or they lose the game. So you definitely don't want to lose a 5-0 game. So you need to you don't want to lose the game at all, and you especially don't want to lose a 5-0. But they need to get some chemistry going here to show that they are a 4 seed and hopefully turn around for them and win it. But it's going to be a very uphill battle at this point. They're starting to look like they're settling in a bit, and we'll see how this develops here. With the is that Perfection running with the ball? I think I can't tell.
Yes.
No.
Perfection.
Is Perfection?
Wait, no, Cal shaking his head.
No. Well, anyway.
The tag was AMC. Man Cannon.
Oh, Man Cannon with the ball. Yep.
And now it's not. Now they switched it off, and it is. Cal, can we get a look on who that is? That doesn't help, Cal. I can't see the runner's tag.
It's Perfection. USA Perfection. So he just got a beat down, so I'm assuming it's him anyway. So Pro Run having a longer possession here. They're having to use the pass defensively to keep the possession, but nonetheless, they need to keep it out One Hit Wonders' hands, because One Hit Wonders has not been turning the ball over. So make the best use of your opportunities now, you know, to make sure it's a very good push. Don't take too many risks unless you absolutely have to, I would say, because Pro Run is in some danger here. The runner who's going to kick it across the court, throws it in the middle, and Shadow trying to sneak in there and get a sword on him. And watch out for E-Taste in the backfield there. Might catch One Hit Wonders out position, but no, they can't actually move forward fast enough to do that. But now the runner's in trouble, and the opposite Man-Can is going to throw it all the way back, and it's going to be a foot race. Shadow almost got to it in time, but it rolls into the safety of a respawn player for Pro Run. So,
and that's E-Taste again in the spawn area, basically holding the entire Pro Run team at bay while the rest of One Hit Wonders respawns.
Yep. So what Pro Run trying to get someone backdoor there, might open up past Crusader sees that and like, trying to hold him off here, but now he kind of got a stalemate on the right hand side. The runner taking a risk there, took 2 hammers. I don't know how he didn't die.
That's a triple right now.
Yep. But trying to push forward a little bit and just can't do it. The runner, he tried to beat down Rage More Nerd and took 2 hammers to drop his shields and couldn't do much more. Had to take a step back, couldn't take any pressure and capitalize on that distraction there in the plant. So, you know, being aggressive with the running, especially when you don't need to, I think is just a lack of a dedicated runner here. You know, and not having Priest, I think, is really hurting Pro Run. But we'll see. As the season goes on, or even this game potentially, how that might change. Now here Pro Run with a very good push to tank line, and see the runner got in there with his tanks and he got popped up.
Oh, he got popped up again.
See, he was trying to force it. It looks like they are going to score. Digital Pain finally gets the first one in for Pro Run, but a couple opportunities there, he got a little aggressive and went in a bit too early, and it almost cost him the goal.
Yeah, I mean that was. I mean they had a really nice push, 3 tanks forward. And again, I couldn't quite tell whether the runner was just a little too close to his tanks, because he seemed like he got bounced around quite a bit before finally being able to cross the pad. But ultimately, that's all that matters. And Pro Run is on the board. And as odd as it sounds, 4-1 is a hell of a lot better than 4-0.
Yep. Now you can get something going. Pro Run here with the ball, trying to continue off the momentum. The runner in the opposite zone, but he's got a lot of pressure on him. He's got a digital paint. He's going to have to kick it back. He throws it to a man cannon. I can tell from that unicorn helmet there. Very recognizable. Off the right-hand side, he's got one tank in front of him. And E-Taste pressure behind. They're going to try to kick the ball. Didn't get kicked out anywhere, actually. The ball just fell right there. Shadow has it, though.
Shadow's going to ball hop.
Throws it, and what a nice mid-air catch by Crusader there. One-hit wonder starting to pull off a little bit of their moves from last season, showing off that they still have that in their back pocket, that they're not purely a ground-pounding team here. But did result in a goal, but it still looks flashy, very nice. And they're going to reset their offense back in their own defensive zone here. A couple of respawns there with a Rage More Nerd and Shadow off the right-hand side. Taze finally respawning and catching up, so they're all deep in their own defensive zone. Off that right-hand corner, and I'm saying corner there, going to sound very country, huh? That's not good. But they're just not able to get out of the defensive zone until just now. And a 3-tank push here. Pro Run looking like they're a little bit in trouble, but is able to galvanize there on the plant and take out 2 of the one-hit wonders tanks and not allow the advance even further. So one-hit wonders has to take a step back, and the runner retreats off that right-hand side. Rage More Nerd is on a killing spree there off that right-hand side. He's the lead tank there. He's a killing spree +1 and is just doing absolute work. So make sure you watch that, as now Shadow and him are tandem there. And look how One Hit Wonder spreads out their offense. They have the 2 tanks on the right hand side and E-Taze in the middle there, maybe open up for a pass or something. The runner's going to rotate a little bit over since he lost one of his tanks, but they definitely try to do kind of a split on their patterns here. You know, try to spread out 2 tanks on one side and or overload one side with 2 tanks. And a funnel down here in the middle might be bad for Pro Run, but Rage More is still down there, but the runner can't connect with him. He's going to have to drop back once again.
So do we know who, off the top of our heads, Pro Run's amateur team is? I'm just kind of curious. And who One Hit Wonders?
Avianch's team. I forgot the name of it, but Ava's the captain of Pro Run's amateur team.
Okay. I mean, not saying that they would, necessarily have to or need to pull up one of their AMU players, but I'm watching people in the chat box cheer on specific teams, and I'm like, well, I wonder if they're on their rookie team or if they just like them, but no, that's very cool. But yeah, it was Lamb Chop, and Lamb Chop's not on a game, so not on a game.
Thank you, Lightsaber. Defiance is Ava's team. I forgot the team name off the top of my head, but yeah, Defiance. They had a big pickup today, if I recall correctly. I think it was Diablo. Got on Defiance. So a pro level. A lot of people consider, a pro level player with J-Bar, Defiance, Diablo, 2 of those guys in there that could easily be in pro. So, maybe something will have to happen. Who knows? I don't know. But it's a little early season to start talking about call-ups.
Stop.
What's that?
Holy crap, what a stop. Like on the plant. Like his toe was crossing that little red halo, and One Hit Wonder said, "Not in my house," and just put the kibosh on it right there.
Yep. One Hit Wonder, known for their defense and their playstyle. They do a very good job in not giving up the goal there when their back was against the wall. But you gotta give some credit there to Pro Run. They had a good position. They tried to take a shot, make it 4-2, have that lead. It just did not work out for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, talking about the AMI teams again. Endgame is the AMI team for One Hit Wonders.
Yep, in game.
Yeah, so thank you.
That's Sonic Chaos's team in game. So Commissioner and Crusader paired together. And One Hit Wonders a little bit of trouble here is Pro Run might have a chance to easily score here. Deflected the ball off the pass. It looks like they're going to walk it in. And that's USA Perfection picking up the interception, and that's a 4-2 game.
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but 4-0. Okay, no worries. 4-1. They could get one. 4-2. Okay, maybe a little bit of not necessarily anxiety, but maybe I should actually start paying attention to what's going on, and I would love to know what is running through One Hit Wonder's mind right now, because they had it. So holy shit! What a
sword lunch!
Holy crap!
He chased there with that super sword lunge. He said, "I'm Goku. I'm going to fly across the map, yo." But
A fucking punch. That was ridiculous.
you know, they have Shadow, and they're calm and collected right now. They're not freaking out. Shadow definitely it adds an intangible to a team, keeping them cool, keeping them focused and whatnot. So I don't think they're freaking out. But Proron here hasn't gotten the plant, looking like they're going to take charge. The runner's going to make a move. He's got one tank there, but Shadow with a very clutch takeout of that lead tank, and the sword's the guy who throws it back. It could have been disastrous there for one-hit wonders. That was a very close call for them. Almost you don't want to give up too many more goals. I mean, you have a nice 4-goal buffer, but you don't want that chipped away too much. You want to just get the goal and get it over with before you give even more momentum to the other team here. And another good push here by one-hit wonders. The runner's going to be aggressive and try to make something happen. And it pays off for him as it takes steps up. Paraplegic there with the clutch tank step up to allow the runner to walk in.
So there are two things going through my mind right now. One is that if One Hit Wonders lose this game, that is a massive choke. I mean, going up 4-0 and then losing, that would be, and there's no other word for it, is other than choke. My other thought is I wonder how many people on One Hit Wonders actually put a line on this game and have some money riding on it, and if maybe that's why the score is what it is.
Put some money on it?
Yeah, they called the line for the game. They predicted that it would be a certain amount, and in order for them to win the money, they would have to actually have the score be what they called it. So maybe they're, I don't know, because it just doesn't seem like them. It's like almost a totally different game that we're seeing right now.
It looks like Proron's going to walk easily. 4-4 game, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Proron just steamrolled them right there, and that's not at all what we've been seeing from Proron for the last, what are we going on, half an hour now. So a 4-4, which we always love to see, always exciting. So maybe One Hit Wonders is drawing it out for the tension. I don't know, but that would be horrible. Like going up 4-0 and then losing 5-4. That to me would probably be worse than getting 9-0'd.
Yeah.
As someone who's been 9-0'd many times, I'm pretty sure that would be worse than getting 9-0'd.
Watch the reaction here. A lot of people are saying it's a comeback, but One Hit Wonders gets the ball possession here. The crowd is going wild, literally. It's just spamming here. Loving I love 4-4 games regardless. So being down 4-0, come back 4-4. That's always exciting. You know, even if they lose here, they put together a good run, and Pro Run is proven that they might be, you know, better than a 4 seed possibly. And if they win here, like I said, it's a win-win for Pro Run. They've established that even if they lose to One Hit Wonders, like, hey, we can beat y'all. We just scored 4 goals on y'all in a row. We're definitely up on your level. So it's that win-win situation for them now. They can say, hey, we're on your level. We lost to you barely by 1 goal after having to come back. But if they beat them here, then they can lay stake to claim, like, we scored 5 goals on you straight. Where you at, One Hit Wonders? So they're definitely in that win-win here. So One Hit Wonders is probably scratching their head saying what's going on, because it's been a completely different game these past 4 rounds for One Hit Wonders, not dominating on the taking line that they were in those early games, and they might have to pull out some cards out of their back pockets and use that passing, because they really haven't truly used offensive pass to score yet.
Well, there seems to be a lot of support for Pro Run in the chat box. That's, you know, lots of caps lock and lots of lines. So I guess they're the fan favorite at the moment. But yeah, One Hit Wonder still has possession, and that can mean another round of 20 or 30 minutes long.
Yeah. But One Hit Wonders with the possession, the runner being chased down a bit by a hammer. He has 2 tanks in front of him, so they're going to try to catch a Pro Run out of position. It's a Rage Mourner and one Shadow, a very close call, and it got popped up. Crusader throws out just in the nick of time, but I think this is going to go to Pro Run. It's going to be a foot race. The ball gets thrown back, and it rolls all the way back to Pro Run. Now a little bit of danger zone there for Menken, and he gets the ball off as he had a sword on him. So Pro Run very dangerous, and it looks like One Hit Wonder is playing a little bit more uptight fight, taking those risks there because they didn't have a secure goal for sure, as seen. But now Pro Run in a little bit of trouble, being chased down by E-Taste, but he's picked up. Rage Warner is still there trying to pressure on the runner, cannot get to him, but they are with their backs against the wall in the left-hand corner here. Excuse me. With it now clearing that out, trying to get a little bit of breathing room, as that was kind of a zany few moments there for both teams. And then Pro Run on the right hand side, and no tanks on the opposite side for Pro Run here, so they're all in their own defensive zone trying to get some breathing room, as One Hit Wonders has definitely woken up a tiny bit here and been maybe shocked awake, if you will, being scored on 4 times. But Paraplegics there with 3 kills in a row to protect his runner, and now Pro Run with a good push here. It's looking very, very bad for One Hit Wonders. They have him sealed off. It looks like he's going to walk in, and Pro Run does it with the comeback. 5-4 game for Pro Run with the upset.
Oh my gosh. What just happened? It's like we saw two separate games in one. It was like a Papa John's 2-for-1 deal or something. We started off as pepperoni and we ended up with sausage, and I don't really know how that happened. But it was delicious all the way around.
All the way around.
So
wow. Wow, just wow.
Yeah, you got your pizza with your 2 liter of choke. So your stats for the game: Paraplegics as 1,965, Digital Pain went at 1910, Man Cannon at 1635, and USA Perfection at 1520. Shadow at 1950, Rage War Nerd at 1455, Crusader at 1405, and E-Taze at 1390. So, okay, sorry, this is Ricochet, so it is all kinds of different. USA Perfection had 1 interception. Hey, that rhymed. And as did Shadow at 16. And do we know what defenses is? Is that stopping the bomb carrier within a certain amount? Yeah. Yeah, so Digital had 1 bomb plant stop. Crusader had 2. Definitely felt like they had more, but I'm sure that has to do with the nearness to the plant that they were. So
full defense is kill an enemy ball carrier within 25 meters of your goal without him scoring.
Okay. So goal line stops. Ice went positive 25. Digital went positive 2. Man Cannon was negative 3, and Perfection was negative 5. Shadow was positive 1. Rage Runner was positive 7. Crusader was negative 9, and E-Taze was negative 37. Wow, I did not expect that, especially after that first round when he basically set up camp in Pro Run spawn.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The best spree on the court was I guess unsurprisingly E-Taze. He had 7, but Rage More Nerd, Shadow, Digital, and Ice all had sprees of 6, which is really, really impressive. And let's see here. I guess that's about all the stats that we have. Still getting used to this new Ricochet game type and the stats that are part of it and the ones that are not. So that is it for game 1. I could not have timed that better myself if I had asked for it, because we have a second game coming up, and that game has a lot to live up to, because this match, if you're just joining us, we had One Hit Wonders go up 4-0, 4 unanswered points, and then Pro Run kicked it into gear and came back and won 5-4. So a fantastic game and very dramatic game for the opening